So welcome back to my channel. This is Gamer Dom, and a quick update on some of the things we're going to be seeing coming in the next few days and weeks on World of Tanks. Not only have we got the new Swedish line coming, probably next patch, I think, from what I'm reading, we'll see the premium tank, which is kind of what World of Tanks always does. They bring out a premium tank, a patch before the whole line comes out. So there's a Swedish medium tank coming out as a premium, and then probably the patch after that. People seem to think around about Christmas time, just in the run up to Christmas, we will get the new Swedish lines. And the big shock there was that we knew there was one line coming. We thought that was sort of a medium line, but actually there's going to be two. There's going to be a TD line, and there's going to be a sort of hybrid line that starts as light, goes medium, and then ends up as a heavy. Bit of a pain in the arse, that line, to be honest, that sort of hybrid line, because it means you've got to change your crews, and you've got to spend gold or credit to allow them to allow them to use the different classes of tanks, because obviously you can take medium out of a medium and put it into another one, and they work reasonably effectively, and doesn't cost you much to train them up into the new tank. But if you change it into a completely different category, you can't use credits as easily. You have to really, yeah, it's hard. Anyway, so that's a bit of a pain in the bum, but that's what we've got. So the other exciting thing, well, it's inverted commas exciting, I like World of Tanks, so I get excited, is that we have a new marathon mission coming. Now, the marathon here, as we say here, starts, there we go, 17th of September on the EU server and runs until the 19th of October. And you get the chance to win, well, so far very rare, T44-100. Now, as I understand it, this Tier 8 Soviet medium tank has only been available up till now on the Russian server as part of a deal, a package that when you used a particular ISP in Russia, you got this tank. But bizarrely, if you stopped using that ISP, you lost the tank. Only in Russia. Anyway, so this T44-100 is, as I say, a Russian Tier 8 medium, because there just aren't enough Russian Tier 8 tanks in the game. It's a premium, obviously, and it's a bit like the WZ-111 mission and the T44 missions that came before. You have to do, it's a blooming hard mission, if I'm honest. So you have a month to collect 8 different tokens. There you go. You get one for each nation in the game. How do you get those? Well, it's interesting you ask. You get that by doing 150,000 damage points in that particular nation's vehicle, and not all, and destroying 150 enemy vehicles in that nation's vehicle. So that means you have to do 150,000 damage in the Russians, the Germans, the French, the Italians, not Italians, I remember Italians, you know, all the different nations, and do 150 kills in tanks of that nation. They have to be done in random battles. It has to be done in a Tier 4 or above vehicle. That's hard. That's a lot of work to do that 8 times. Now, I did the WZ-111 and I had to buy a few extra tokens. I didn't manage to do it all, and that was when there were 7 tokens. And yeah, it's going to be really, really tough. So you're going to have to want that T44-100. Now, it does look a really nice premium from sort of reviews that people have put up around it, and some of the battle footage you can see of it. And I love those T34s, T44 class. I think they're great fun tanks, so I shall be trying my best to get it. Now, you don't have to get all the tokens. Now, if you get a token, so you assume you do your 1500 damage and your 150 kills in that month with your Soviet tanks, not only do you get the token, you also get a number of personal reserves, which is kind of a nice add-on. Although, as I recall, with the WZ, you got Days of Premium, which is probably better than these reserves, but they are pushing these reserves really hard, so clearly that's why we're getting them. So, assuming you have no life at all, and all you do is play World of Tanks 24/7, you can collect all these tokens. Now, if you can't do it, you have an option to buy tokens for the nations you don't manage to do. So say you never play French or Japanese or Czech tanks, so you've got no chance of getting half the tokens. Well, you can buy them individually. What's that? €6.99. I have no idea what that is in pounds. Probably about £6, £5. Depends what the exchange rate's doing at the moment. But that sort of amount of money, you can buy the tokens that you haven't managed to win and own. Now, one of the things that people are talking about, and Quickie Babe talked about this on one of his videos recently, so I'm not saying I've discovered this, but there is an option to buy the tank outright. Now, why would you do that? Because you're buying a premium tank that's quite expensive. To buy all the tokens you need with nothing else, which will get you the tank and a garage slot, is €48.85, which is expensive for a tier 8 tank. There's a big package here where you can get the tank, 100% crew, 1500 gold, sorry, 15,000 gold, personal reserves, all kinds of equipment, and extra consumables for basically €100. But the reason why buying this package of tokens is actually not a bad deal if you are somebody who spends money on this game is that if you then do missions, you do actually manage to do one of these, say you manage to do your 1500 damage, sorry, I keep saying 1500, 150,000 damage and your 150 kills in your Japanese tanks, and you get the token, but you've already bought it with that bundle, they will give you a whole load of gold in reserve. So that's pretty good, right? So if you end up, yeah, here we go, let me just drop down and make sure I know. Yeah, so any unused tokens that were, that you received will get you 1,750 gold. So basically for doing that mission you get 1,750 gold for free. That's pretty good. And if you do 2 or 3, then that builds up. So effectively you can buy the tank, you can then earn extra tokens via doing the missions, and that bit is converted to gold. And that gold is actually quite cheap. It's a lot cheaper than buying it outright, buying it from the shop. So yeah, so that's an interesting option to do. So basically you have 2 ways of getting the T44-100, either by doing the missions or buying it outright, or even doing some of the missions and then buying tokens for the rest, or buying the whole package and then doing the missions to earn credits, earn gold, because you'll get these reserves as well when you do the missions. So there you go, that's fun. Now the other interesting thing coming up in World of Tanks is a new fun mode. So you've noticed, if you've been looking at the website, there is obviously we're commemorating the 100 years of tanks. Basically it was 100th anniversary of the Battle of Somme. It was the 100th anniversary of sort of the first tank action. So as part of that, they are going to run a new fun mode. This is it, the convoy event. Now this is kind of an interesting one. You will basically have armoured cars racing around. Now it sounds like it could be very much like the Chaffee racing game that we had, so you can jump and you can run around and what have you, but that'll come into play from the 15th of September, so that'll be interesting. So looking forward to that because it's kind of fun to do. So anyway, that was a quick update on what's coming, what we can see in the world of tanks. I'm quite excited about getting my hands on the T44-100. Obviously if I do, and when I do, I will do a quick review of it and initial thoughts, as I always do. I do play a few games and then I basically do a quick initial look at it, and sometimes I'll then go back and have a proper really in-depth look, because to do a really in-depth review you've got to have done 50, 60, maybe more games to really appreciate it. But I do a sort of initial assessment just so people can make a judgment call if it's a tank that they like the look of. So anyway, this has been Gamer Dom. Hope you liked this video, hope it was useful to you. If it was, please consider giving it a like and maybe subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you again soon. Have fun, enjoy your games. Just remember, it's only a game. Enjoy yourself. See you later.